couple of days ago we drove down the coast a bit to a place called CALIB, beautiful white sand beach, and because it was a reasonable distance I took two drones just in case. So my favourite 5-inch, also took the 7-inch. They've both got 800 milliwatt VTXs on them. This one's got the SpeedyBee with the antenna coming out the top. A straight antenna, lollipop, right hand polarized. This one, a recently arrived brand that I hadn't tried before, though I've done other stuff with it, which is the JHEMCU 800 milliwatt unit. Both perform really well. This one in particular, I'm really impressed with the range. The other thing I've done with that one is I've got, the way I've mounted it, I've got it on a right angle, what's it called, MMCCU or something or other, the type of connection anyway. It means when I'm transporting it, I can have the antenna line down flat and then just pop it up and loop a wire around it to hold in position when I'm there. So I've got some more right hand connectors coming for VTX units. So it turned out to be an exciting day. I've noticed when I first flashed 454 to it the first time, I got some kind of error message I didn't get time to see, and it wouldn't arm, and I tried to arm it. So I let it sit, tried again, and it took off. It was fine. Down the coast, the problem came back in spades, and when I got back, I had a look at it to find out what was going on. So I'll talk about that. The other thing was, after I'd had a successful flight with the 7-inch, and I've got a good cinematic record of CALIB from that I'll put up as a separate video, I tried this one again, and this time I got it in the air, and it seemed to fly all right, but I was flying cautiously. So took it home, and I've done a bit of work on it, so I'll let you know what I found. And then I did a successful test flight a few days later at the normal test ground. So there's always things to learn with this and problems to solve, but that's a large part of the fun of it. So here's the footage from the OSD of the nose cam. As you can see, it's flashy. When I try to arm it, I get CPU overload, quite a bit of that, and eventually it goes to load and CALIB and flashes between those two. And this next bit I've just slowed it down by 50% so you get more time to look at what it's saying. So I've never run into this situation before, so I just wouldn't arm, so I wound up putting it to one side and flying the 7-inch and then checking it home. So I googled Betaflight error CPU overload to see what I could find, and its first suggestion was to look at the loop rate in the configuration tab. I must admit I thought it was, I seem to remember setting to 4 before, but I look at this one here and I can see that in fact it's still set to 8. So I'll drop that down to 4 and see what it, for a start. So the next thing I googled was how to turn off black box logging, which is something I've never used anyway. So it directed me to the CLI tab, and after making the mistake of just putting the thing without a set on the front, I realised what I've done, so I've set that. So interesting to see what impact making these changes has. So after a successful, if exciting, landing with the 7-inch, I decided to go back and give the 5-inch another go, and this time it worked. So it's a little bit erratic, so without any changes it took off, so I just flew it very cautiously up and down the beach a bit, but it seemed perfectly normal in terms of response, so whatever's wrong seems to be a bit marginal. But this is a flight stack that survived a high-speed crash as well as being splashed with seawater, so I think all the indications are I've done some damage to it and it's probably time for it to be retired, which is a bit sad, but why risk it? And to finish, a little bit of FPV cam footage of why the landing of the 7-inch was a wee bit exciting. It's quite a fast drone, and I think I just didn't slow down time. What happened, I inadvertently hit the failsafe button, realised what I'd done, flicked it on again, and bounced and took off again. So I avoided avoid the crash, but by then of course the adrenaline's pumping a bit, so the actual landing was a flip on arrival. But no harm done, and it's all part of the wild excitement of this hobby. So that's it. Bye.